Yeah, okay. Right, look, let's get started. So, what we're going to do in this lesson now, um, Aoife, did you do this lesson with Joan already? The solving and sketching one. Was that the last one you did with her?
Yeah, the last one.
Okay, okay. Right. So, in this lesson here, we're going to look at how to solve and sketch cubics. For example, suppose I say something like, sorry, where's my pen? Where's my pen? Here we go. Suppose I say something like solve 9x cubed plus 48x squared plus 85x plus 50 equal 0. Like this. Okay? There's a problem. It's too complicated to solve a cubic. We know how to solve a quadratic. So what we need to do is reduce this to a quadratic. We can do this by dividing out one of the factors. But we don't know any of the factors. So we need to find one of the factors. Which means we have to find one of the roots. But we don't know any of the roots. So we'll have to guess one of the roots. Okay? Now, we can start with trying 0. But there's no point in trying that. I can see that if I put x as 0, will I get it? I won't. So this one won't work. Now, I won't bother trying x as 1, 2, or 3. I know they won't work. Can anyone tell me why these obviously won't work? Yeah. They're all positive. And everything in the equation is positive. There's no way you can add 4 positive numbers together and get 0. It's impossible. So the only values that are worth trying are -1, -2, and -3. Yeah. So let's try -1 first. 9 times -1 cubed is -1. And then that will be plus 48, minus 85, plus 50. Now, could that be 0? No, it looks like it'll be a negative. That'll be minus. Oh no, it might be actually. It might be. Let's see. What do we get here? We'll get positive 4.
Yeah.
So that's a no. Okay. Well, let's go on to the next one. Let's try -2. -2 cubed is 8 times 9 is -72, isn't it? And then 4, 8, 96, 192, I think. Minus 170? I hope I'm doing this right. What does that equal? Oh, well done. Okay, well done to me. Right, so that is the root. So if that is the root, what is the factor? X plus 2 is a factor. How many factors could I have for this cubic?
3.
I could have up to 3. Let's see if we can find the other 2. So what will I do next? Long division. So x plus 2 divided into 9x cubed plus 48x squared plus 85x plus 50. Right, what's first? 9x squared. That'll be 9x cubed plus 18x squared. And what do we get here? 30, isn't it? So what's next?
30x.
So that'll be 30x squared plus 60x, won't it? So what's 25x, isn't it? Plus 50. So what's the last one here? Plus 25. And yeah, 0, 0 for the rest then. So does this have factors?
Yes.
I do not know. Maybe we should cheat a little with a calculator there, huh? Does this have factors? It's not cheating, then what is it then?
Smart way.
A smart way, alright. Do we have factors here?
It's only one solution.
Yeah, is it 3x plus 5? I think the factors are 3x plus 5, 3x plus 5. Yeah? So, if I go back, I'm trying to fit everything on the screen for you. This has 3 factors. They are x plus 2, 3x plus 5 squared equals 0. So actually, how many solutions does this cubic have?
2.
It has 2. It is minus 2 or
Minus 5.
there are the 2 solutions here. Okay. Now, in a moment, when you write this down, we'll look at the graph of the cubic. Okay, so write this down as your first example. I'm sorry, there's a lot on the screen there. You got that written down? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Ming. She's got 1 minute left. Right. Got that? Yeah? Not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. What?
You are the question.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
No, just let
Yeah.
you know that like minutes late, maybe she might
Yeah.
not have. Maybe
Can
I'll
I
close
call
the
me?
phone.
Call her.
Yeah.
She knows she has class now, doesn't she?
No, I'm saying our time will be wrong or something.
Oh, no, come on. If she has a smartphone, which I'm sure she does, her time will be perfect. Yeah. Right. Can I scroll down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there are... What? Dammy, just leave the poor insect alone, please. It's not going to do anything to you. We don't have poisonous insects here, so you'll be fine. Okay. Dammy. Now, there are two ways, firstly, that the cubic could be oriented. It could be going up, down, up like that. Or the second possibility is the opposite, where it goes down, up, down. And what is the difference in each situation? When do you have each? Well, the first one here is if you have a plus x cubed. And the second one here is when you have a minus x cubed. Yeah? Now, within each of these, there are 3 possibilities. So you could have, for example, 3 roots, 2 roots, or 1 root. So if I look at the first one, 3 roots, that would just be as we had it there. 1, 2, 3. If I look at the second situation, what would 2 roots look like? It'll go up, it comes down and touches only once and immediately goes back up. Can you see the difference? So this one has 1, 2, 3, and this one has 1, 2.
So the root is 0.
Say again?
So the root has to be 0.
What do you mean it has to be 0? A root means where it crosses the
Yeah,
y-axis.
I mean, if it crosses it like. Oh, yeah, that
It's okay.
sounds-
And this is what
Never mind.
this is what one root looks like. Up, down, up, one root. Now the same picture happens here as well. 3, 2, and 1, except it's just upside down. So 3 would look like this. Down, up, down. 1, 2, 3. And 2 would look like this. Down, up, down. I'm sorry. Let's do 1 over here. 1 would look like, actually, so I don't need those 2 now. I'll do it over here. 1 would look like this. Down, up, down, like there. And we have 1. So there's actually 6 types of graphs. Let me just give them a letter for the moment. I'll just say A, B, C, D, E, and F. Look at the last example I gave you. Which of the 6 graphs do we have here? B, correct. Because, is it a positive x cubed? Yes. And how many? 2 solutions. So we draw it like B. And in fact, let's draw it now. In the last example, what were the 2 roots? Yeah. So minus 2 and then minus 5 over 3 is like minus 5 over 3 is minus 1.67, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that would be here and that would be about here. And I need to draw it like B here, so that would be... Oh, and where did it cross the y-axis? Have a look at it. Where does it cross the y-axis? At 50. So that's a 50 there. Okay, so let's draw this in. Okay, sorry, it's not... let me think. Yeah, sorry. I don't quite have the scale right. So it goes up. It'll go down to this one. And whoop, off we go. Okay. So it has a root at minus 2 and then at minus 5 over 3. So I could guess that the maximum, the turning point, somewhere in between minus 2 and minus 5 over 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, maybe it'll be exactly in the middle. But we haven't talked about that yet. We'll do that a little bit later. So can you draw these graphs, please? Zoom out, yeah, if you can still see everything okay, can you? Sorry, just draw everything. Sorry. There you go. That's a little better. Okay, have you written that down? Yeah. Not yet, okay. Okay? Yeah. So I'm going to give you a question now. I'll let you try it for a minute. Then I'll give you the answer. What I'm about to give you is more like an exam question now. I mean, it's not much different to this. So, I'm going to have y equals 24x cubed minus 83x squared plus 79x minus 18. So my first question, part A, would be to find a root by, oh yeah, what would we call the method I used earlier? Trial and error. Or what did you say? Guessing, yeah. Guessing doesn't sound technical enough though. Find a root by trial and error. B, factorize the cubic. C, sketch the cubic showing all the intercepts. And then finally, D is to solve 24x cubed minus 83x squared plus 79x minus 18 is more than 0. Okay, I'll give you a minute to try this. I think you'll have no trouble with it. Maybe just with the last part, but we'll see. Give it a try. Actually, I'll just say factorize fully.
Everything is equals to 0, right?
Factorize fully. It's equal to 0 when, yeah, make it equal to 0, yeah. That's the, Bella, when we use the word root, we always mean equal to 0. Calculate which?
It's calculate like the
But I don't know which the function can calculate to the.
yeah, just factorize the
You have to just guess.
I don't know which the function.
Oh, no function.
well not for the trial and error.
Yeah, just try it one by one. I'll show you now. Anybody finished? No?
Teacher, which app for the calculate is better?
No. Look, we'll do this now in a minute. Are anybody finished? Is anyone finished? What's wrong?
The last one. What to do?
It's 24x squared minus 5x plus 9. Does it have factors too? Yeah. What are the factors?
3x minus 1.
3x minus 1 and
8x minus 9.
3x minus 1
Jeffrey, are you going to work with K Hong?
and x.
No, 8x.
So,
Minus
okay, but
minus 9.
okay. Strange. Come on, guys. So you should be finished now, are you? Aoife, you finished? Yeah. Abdulali? Finished? Okay. You don't want to commit to saying yes, no?
Yes, the last one.
The last one, yeah. Jason? You finished? Not yet. Peter? Last one, okay. Son?
Not yet because I don't have calculator.
You have a calculator on your phone.
But I want to use the correct calculator. This is.
What is your? Show me what your phone has.
This is too simple.
Well, that'll do. That's fine. That's all you need is a simple one for this. It'll do. Okay, let's have a look here. So I think if you were to try, I think you get 2.
Yeah.
So x is equal to 2. Yeah. Which then makes x minus 2 a factor. Well, I think you probably all got the second part right, yeah? What did you get for, well, after you divide, what quadratic did you get?
4x squared minus 25 plus 9.
Minus 20
35.
plus 9.
Yeah.
You all got that.
Yeah.
Well done. Now, if I look at this, yeah, it's going to be a bit hard to see.
8.
You think it's an 8 and a 3 at the front?
Yeah.
And then 9 and 1? Not
Both minus.
9 and 1, yeah.
both minuses because that's a minus.
Minus.
And
Minus
not, 9
minus
has to be
9.
here
Yeah.
and 1 has to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's sketch this.
It's the sketching.
What are the 3 roots? We said 2.
1 over 3 and 8. 9 over 8. No, the 9
1 over 3, which is like here.
Yeah. Now back it.
Oh, 9 over 8 is about like here, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the y-intercept?
18.
So like somewhere like down here. So if I draw that, it goes up, down, up. 1, 2, 3 roots. Okay.
Yes.
Now the last part, I think you found a bit tricky. Yeah. Does anyone feel like they know the answer? You thought? You said you did this lesson with John. Do you think you know the answer?
What, the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, like, it's bigger than 0, so the bigger than 0, you have to put it in the left, and, like, it's only-
Well, hang on. Aoife's telling us. What would you say the first answer is for x? X is
2.
yeah,
2.
yeah,
And there's 1/3, and there's 9/8.
yeah,
They are all bigger than 0.
yeah.
There's no smaller than 0.
No. Nice try. Nice try. I think you're looking at the x when you should be looking at the y. So, what does this cubic equal at the start? What did I say? It's the y. It's the height, isn't it? Yeah. When is the height positive? Is the height of the cubic positive on the left here? No, what is it? Negative. What's the height at 0? Negative. When does the height first begin to become positive? At 1/3.
Yeah.
And when does it stop becoming positive? 9/8. And when does it start to become positive again? After 2. So, there are 2 answers here. Either x is between 1/3 and 9/8. You going to the bathroom? Yeah. Or, what's the second answer?
X is bigger than 2.
Bigger than 2.
Bigger than 2.
Or equal.
No, not equal, because of, I said it has to be more than 0, not equal 0. Yeah. Does that answer make sense? Yeah? Does it?
Yeah.
Good.
We learned it in China. We call it how to make a
Yeah, but the problem is, Kayhan, some of these people aren't from China. So, I don't know if they've learnt it.
Shouldn't they use like that symbol?
What symbol?
Like
Oh, you want to use the fancy symbol. You want to write this symbol, is it?
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Fancy, if you want to do that. That's no problem. And what does the other symbol mean? The one that goes like this?
It's intersection. Something.
And, yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Is that okay, Aoife?
Yeah.
Did you do this with Joan?
No.
Ah. It's a good thing he came to my maths class, so just in time.
Teacher, you told me use by hand. How to calculate that?
It's very difficult. You really need a sketch.
Sketch.
Really do. Doing it by hand, so to speak, is possible, but it's much harder. It's much harder. A sketch here really helpful for getting the answer for the last part.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'll give you some questions to do. I'll give you 4 questions to do, and then we'll start the next lesson. So your homework will be, we'll have until 11:50, and then we'll start the next lesson. So you can start your homework now. Homework, we'll say 1A, B, C, and 2C. There you go, there's 4 questions you can get a start on.